Thank you for tuning in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double the information and inspiration.
You're listening to In the Key of J&A radio show, and we are your hosts. I'm Angel.
And I'm Jay.
And we are your favorite hump day hosts in the afternoon.
First, let me start by saying we are so grateful to iHeartRadio for having us on. And I'm telling you, Angel, how you feel today?
Tired. I'm always tired. That's because we work so much. We do so many things, so. And that's okay. We're going to get into that a little bit later. We're going to talk about all the things that we do as a married couple in business and family, all that stuff that some people may want to hear, some people don't, but we're going to tell it anyway.
Definitely tell it. Well, I want to say a special thank you to our listeners. Those of you that are out there that's listening to us and really it's been supporting us all these years, that have been in our corner, and we appreciate everyone.
Yes,
thank you so much for tuning in today, and we plan on giving you a great show.
We're going to give you what you pretty much see if you knew us in real life. You see all the wonderful things that we do, but you get the jokes, you get the laughter.
For sure. Definitely some laughter.
You might get, a couple of swats here and there, because that's how we love on each other. Well, actually, that's how I love on you. Right.
I don't swat her. Let's just make that very clear. Radio.
I only do what's necessary to get you back in line.
She swats. She's very violent. This is a very, very violent woman.
I am not violent. Don't put that out there. People are going to think that I am beating on you and you walking around here covering up black eyes. And that's certainly not true. We have been together.
Is there a battered hotline?
No, there's not a battered hotline. No, there's no battered hotline. Don't do that, because then the people really going to think that I'm
No, she's very good. She's a very good wife.
I'm a great wife. Let's get that clear. I'm a great wife.
She's a great wife when she's not battering. But but listen,
we're going to get into that.
Thank you for tuning back in with us at WDRB Media. I am your host, Jay.
And I'm Angel, and this is In the Key of J&A radio show. Welcome back, y'all. We're going right back into this little small conversation that we had before we start the real conversation. And that's the fact that this man trying to say that I batter him, that is completely false, y'all. Let me tell you what really happened. So Jay will say something, he'll do something, and he knows that he's wrong. He knows that he shouldn't say it. He knows that he shouldn't do it, and he likes to test my patience. So if you remember back in the day when you were in school, and you used to walk down a hallway in middle school and they would like swipe the back of your neck. They don't slap you. That sounds
like battering.
No, it's not battering. That's not battering. It's a swipe. They swipe the back of your neck.
I remember back in the day they used to lick their palms and come and smack you in the head.
Palms. First of all, we're not licking palms because COVID is still very real.
And
so
that's fine,
disgusting.
That just sounds like what you're trying to do.
We do some good cooking for a living, so gloves is necessary. We're definitely not licking gloves.
So you're going to smack me with gloves? Is that
not smacking you with gloves. Okay. I'm not smacking you at all.
It's a shame you got to be on this conversation. I'm sorry, y'all.
Not smacking you at all. That's number one. Number two, it's a small swipe. Just a small swipe, just to make sure that you get back in line a little bit.
Ladies, don't ever swipe you, man. That's not a good thing.
This is a part of submission, ladies.
Why are you going to lie to the...
This is a part of submission, because if you want me to stay in my submissive state, then, you also have to submit to something too. And it may just be the swipe. So we're not going to keep going with
I can submit to a good dinner. That's what I can submit
to. First of all, you get good dinners. Sometimes the good dinner is Popeyes. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes the good dinner is filet mignon. We have balance.
I hope so. So what are we getting into today?
Well, actually, we're kind of already on the track of what we're talking about today. And that's basically, the This Is Us, the welcome to our world. Yeah. Welcome to In the Key of J&A. This is who we are. This has been our hashtag, always together, In the Key of J&A, since we got married. So it's basically kind of just letting people get to know us a little bit, and the 11 years that we have been together. And for those listeners who don't know us yet, and for those who do, they get to kind of share in the journey that we're on, that we've been on for the last 11 years, in relationship, in business, we've had a lot of ups, a lot of downs. We managed to stick together through all of them, though.
Yeah, and for the folks that's just listening, my apologies. Y'all had to just start in with drama. The first 2 minutes of the show was just totally drama packed. Like, instead of us just introducing ourselves like normal human beings, we just start out.
That's it, normal. What are you talking about?
We just started out with pals.
We didn't. That is not true. This is not true.
We have been together for 11 years, and it's
11
definitely
years. Say it.
Been a blessing. So how did we get to this point? People want to know, how did we get to where we are now?
Well, let's start from the beginning. Start from the beginning.
Wow.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
My brain just had a whole meltdown real fast.
So we met in 2011.
Yes.
And we were, of course, we lived in Philadelphia at the time, and we were a part of a brother named Zach Williams.
Hey, Zach.
What's up, Zach? Man, if you're listening, man, appreciate you.
Zach Williams and One Accord, the greatest choir in the land.
We met through Zach Williams and One Accord, and I remember this party that we had.
Oh, here you go.
And
here you go.
She was the cook, and of course I didn't know, and she made these curry fried chicken that was just amazing. And I'm on the organ now. I was a full-time musician, so that's all I did was just play. So I'm sitting there and I'm munching on this chicken, and I'm just like, what in the world, who made this? And I had to call Zach from his office. I said, Zach, listen, brother, who made this chicken, man? Who put their foot deep, ankle deep in this chicken right here, in this flour?
Not you.
Zach said, that young lady right there. I said, okay, I got to meet her. I went over there, introduced myself. I said, now, hold on. Are you the one that made this wonderful chicken? And she said, I am. I said, okay, yeah, we got to go out.
No, you didn't say that.
We got to go out.
You lying.
We need to just go handle this right now. I'm going to get the ring.
You are...
Hold up. So you mean tell me a week later I didn't have you looking at a ring?
No. That part is true.
Right,
that part is true.
So I had her looking at a ring a week later because the food was that slamming.
You need to stop.
A week later, we were at King of Prussia Mall.
Now that's true.
And looking at a ring. And I
was
the
ring was $150,000 Cartier. I was like, what is going on? Who are you?
And I told her, I'm going to get you this ring now. Because that food was that good.
Well, I appreciate it, honey. I'm still waiting on that Cartier.
I'm still making payments on that.
You're not.
They won't let me get it until I make the final payment.
We're not going to fast forward too much. But I will say that the ring that I did receive was the most beautiful ring ever. He bought me chocolate diamonds, y'all. And I loved Le'Veon chocolate diamonds. So thank you, honey, for that.
Well, that was in at the time.
Listen, my ring is always going to be in because it's mine.
Okay. Oh, we going,
we almost to 10 years married. So, you may want to upgrade a little bit. Maybe we can get that $150K Cartier that you showed me. I think
for our 10-year anniversary, we should do ring pops. I think
what? That would be cute.
I think our guests would enjoy that.
I think that would be cute. Honestly.
Ring pops.
We'll do ring pops.
We'll call it a tasty wedding.
And have a bunch of penny candy. And that's going to be the food. We're going to put a Swedish fish on the plate.
We like Martin.
Candy corn on the plate.
Like Martin, folks can bring their own sandwiches.
And Boston baked beans on the plate. And there you go. How about that? Now, as a chef, me being a chef, yes, I am Chef Angel Morris of Signatures by Angel Catering and Chef Angel Morris LLC. And that, I promise you, will be the best food ever if we did ring pops and Swedish fish, candy corn, and baked beans. Because you literally have a starch, you have a vegetable, and you have a protein. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got it right there. Boom.
Yeah. And put some of my barbecue sauce on.
Yes.
that
good J-barbecue sauce.
Don't do that. We're not trying to make nobody sick.
Listen.
But listen, we gonna get back into it, but we gonna listen to this quick song real quick, and we're gonna get back into it. Right here is your host, Jay.
And it's Angel on the In the Key of J&A radio show. Welcome back, y'all, on In the Key of J&A Radio Show on WDRB Media, the voice of the community. He is about to get swiped again with all his jokes behind the scenes, but we're not going to go there right now. We are trying to stay in good vibes because it is the holiday season.
Yes.
And because, this is one of his favorite seasons because he gets to eat well. I have a question for you.
Me?
Yes, you. I got a question for you since you want to talk about food and you want to talk about, and that's what we do. We are music plus food equals our life. We have t-shirts that say that too.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, I remember when you first sent me a message after you had those fried curry wings. And you asked me about a dinner that you wanted to put on for someone. And asked me if I do private catering, and I said, of course I do. At the time, I had Family Affair Catering, and I remember you asking me if you can have a taste testing.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that what I tasted the other day
was consistent.
Like,
first of all,
that you didn't just go in the back and pay a slave or somebody. To make that
not paying slaves. You're so dumb. No, first of all, no. And I remember when you asked me that, you said, hey, is there any way that I can do a tasting? And I said, sure. And I'll never forget, because I need the people to know I wasn't in Cartier with a ring after a week. So that right there tells you about who I am. Shout out to me. Anyway, when you came to my house for the tasting, do you remember what I looked like?
Yeah, you didn't look too good. You were trying to, I knew you were trying to throw me off. And I'm like, this ain't the woman that was there. I'm like, I'm not going to die like, yo, it's your sister here.
I wanted to make sure that we had a clear understanding that this wasn't a date. I just wanted to make sure that we both knew this is not a date.
I was like,
let me tell y'all how I came down them steps.
Yeah, tell them how you came down.
Oh my goodness. So my hair was like really long then, and it was like I just finished washing it and blow drying it, so it looked like a mane, like a Lion King mane. I came downstairs with this oversized holy t-shirt, some ball shorts, mismatched socks, and no makeup, no nothing. And I answered the door.
She looked like she was going through. Like she was going through a storm and wasn't coming out no time soon. And I'm not gonna do. I was like, "Yo, can I hit up your sister? Because you can't be that lady." I knew. I don't know who you are.
Laugh at that.
I don't even know if this is your house.
First of all, you already know. But see, that's the thing. You ladies, sometimes you can't give it all to them at once. He already had tasted the food, so he already knew what I was capable of, and that right there was a win-win for him. The Bible says he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor. So you have to be found a wife. I was already found as a wife without being a wife. I already knew what it took to be a wife without being a wife. So he already tasted the food, but I needed him to understand that just because you see me out and I'm looking like this and I make this wonderful food because I'm chefing it up and doing all this other stuff, that you're not going to get this all the time. And I think that's the misconception that people have when it comes to married couples, is that we're on all the time. And we're not on all the time. There's some days where he don't shave his head.
What? I always shave my head.
No, you don't. It's prickly right now as we're talking.
No. It's prickly because I have to. I'm going to shave today. Simply because now that you said that,
so
I'm
how about this?
Sure I'll be a daily shaver.
As of this moment, is your head prickly?
I have been converted
as of this
into
moment,
a daily shaver.
Is your hair prickly?
It's a little nippy.
All right. So that just solidifies
You got a few cactuses on there right now.
That solidifies my point that we are not always on. I'm not always going to be wearing, whatever people think I'm supposed to be wearing, real cute, because as a big girl, yes, I am a big girl, and I'm very proud of that. I can throw it on when I need to, but I'm not always on, and he's not always on. And that is just like a part of being a married couple a part of being a balanced, healthy couple is that you have the understanding that we're not always going to be top notch, but we're still top notch to each other.
Yeah, but we need to get into what you cooked me that night, because this food. Listen,
why are we always going back to the food?
Yeah, I gotta get back to the food.
Oh my God.
So even though she wasn't looking her best,
I'm trying to talk about
that night,
the wonderful joys of marriage, and he wants to eat.
She made me that night citrus chicken.
You're never gonna let this go.
Citrus lemon chicken. Now she hasn't made, I think, one time since.
I know you was in 11 years. I knew you was gonna say that.
So citrus chicken, butter, garlic, mashed potatoes.
He calls it the bait meal.
Oh yeah, that's the bait meal, and that I was definitely baited that night.
He says it's the bait meal because so I've only made it once since then, and that's 11 years.
I was going through some troubles at the time, and she sat there like a psychologist, listening to all my problems. I mean, not saying a word.
4 hours.
4 hours of me talking.
And he's such an introvert, y'all. I really, really wish you would know that. So for him to even just be doing this is a huge step in 11 years. But back then, to get him to talk was just, he was like a hermit crab. He was like a mute. So to get him,
if I don't like you, I don't like you. So
to get him to talk for 4 hours, I was in amazement. You know, I was amazed.
So we're not gonna give it all tonight, but we're gonna definitely, really.
We're gonna continue our conversations just like this. They're gonna have different topics. They're gonna have different conversations about us, about life. You know, we'll try our best not to, bring politics and things like that. But we may even have conversations about, things that are going on in the world because they affect us, and just like they affect y'all. But for the most part,
it's going to be a fun show.
It's going to be fun because you're going to get all of us and all of our splendor.
Stay locked in, y'all, to WDRB Media. We'll be right back.
Calling.
So we're back on WDRB Media, and I'm your favorite hump day host, Jay.
Woo-hoo. And I'm Angel. And boy, when you say hump day host, something happens. Boy, I get excited.
See?
Say it again.
This is why.
Say it again. Say hump day host.
Nobody wants to hear your explicit.
Say hump day host, honey.
This is a family show.
Okay.
So we gotta,
right. And listen, we are a very healthy married couple.
Balanced.
So very healthy, very balanced married couple. Families can listen to us. Married couples can listen to us. Dating people can listen to us. So say hump day host one more time.
Hump day host.
Yes.
No. So.
Yes.
Listen, we want y'all to keep on checking us out each week. 2 p.m.
Because we're the hump day host.
We are the hump day host.
2
Wednesdays
p.m.
is definitely the day. So we got some great topics coming up.
A whole lot
fun
of
things.
Different conversations.
We're gonna have some issues coming up, some topics of family, some topics.
And don't judge us if we get to arguing on here, because we do that too sometimes.
Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot on here. So we want you guys to keep on loving us. We want you guys to keep on sharing and subscribing. And
tune in.
Tune in each week.
Let's make it fun.
Yeah.
Know what else they can do, babe? They can actually email us. They can email us at jmradioshow@gmail.com, and you can tell us what it is you want to hear. You can tell us what you want to talk about. Give us some of your issues so we can discuss them, and we can discuss them on the air, and then you guys can give us your feedback.
Right. We can talk about a myriad of different things. So if you need advice on something,
I don't know about that. We not, fix my life or nothing like that.
We don't need to be fix my life. I got things I need to say.
You just want to have something to say. That's all.
If you want me to fix your problem,
you can't fix nobody's problem. There's only one Savior, and we bow to Him only. Okay, so we're not here to fix nobody's life. What we can do is what we do most with the people that are around us when they come to us for advice or whatever. They'll give us their scenario and we'll tell them how we would handle the situation.
And those that know us know we are no judgment
and very transparent.
Our house, those that have came over our house, they come over, and when those doors are shut, those doors are shut.
They belong to you and whatever it is you need to vent about. So we're going to make this a safe space, even though we're on the air. It's still a safe space.
Still a safe space. So whatever you need to talk about, and, no names will ever be given, that especially if, you want it to be anonymous. So Join us each week.
Yep.
We're going to have some great things coming up, and we appreciate all of our listeners. We appreciate all of our family. Thank you for tuning in, WDRB Media, iHeartRadio. We appreciate all of you guys. We're going to be signing out now. Talk to y'all later. I'm your favorite Hump Day host,
The Hump
Jay.
Day host. And I'm Angel. Every time you say it, woo, something just happens.
See y'all later.
Thank y'all so much for listening to In the Key of J&A radio show on WDRB Media, the voice of the community for double the information and inspiration.
We're going back to the high praise day.